Good evening, boys and ghouls, and welcome to another Castlevania Quickplay on Hybrid Games' GameTober. We just got done with Castlevania for the NES, did a quick play of it, the first like 15 to 20 minutes of it, of gameplay. We first made it about halfway through the game, which was actually a pretty good run on Castlevania, so we did pretty good there. Now Castlevania 2 I've played probably the least out of the three. Well anyways, let's jump in with Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest for the Nintendo NES today on Hybrid Games' GameTober. We got the prologue at the start title screen, which goes by a little fast, so let's look at the title screen for a sec. Pretty cool, 1988. Prologue. Step into the shadows of the Hell House. You've arrived back here at Transylvania on business, and come backwards. Yeah, it goes by a little fast, like most NES games, cutscenes. To destroy forever the curse of the evil Count Dracula. There we go. Now I know the story. This is actually a direct sequel to Castlevania, and you're still playing as Simon Belmont. So we've got password or game start. Let's just go to game start. Now this game changes up the formula. There was a lot of games on the NES that were sequels that changed up the formula of the first game. Like nowadays you get like Call of Duty and it's pretty much like the same kind of thing. Or you get like, I don't know, even things like Mario Kart, like they're pretty much the same thing, but they add a few things. They don't change the entire game. Like, Castlevania 1 is an action platformer. Castlevania 2 adds RPG-style elements. You have to go to towns, talk to people, get items, get equipment. You level up. This is a church that you can go to heal yourself. Yeah, you have to do that kind of stuff. Kind of like a Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior. Yeah, it's different. But the gameplay, the way it plays and controls, is just like Castlevania. But they added all those RPG elements to it for some reason. Something that would actually pay off for the Castlevania series later on. Like, it's actually like something that Metroidvania and Castlevania is known for. It's the RPG elements, but at the start it was kind of weird and very different. So it's a little bit ahead of its time, maybe too ahead of its time, because it's not always regarded as the best game. So I got 50 hearts, which are your currency in this game. They're not your sub-weapon count. And we've got a whip, that's my inventory. I could buy this thing from this guy. A white crystal, which I think you need, so I'm just going to buy it anyways, because I'm going to get more money soon, so we got the white crystal. And then you actually have to go here and equip it. So when it's equipped, it has this like arrow that's blinking, and then it stops blinking when you move over it. There's another guy, wants to buy holy water, which is another thing I could have bought with that 50 money. So I'm not going to buy holy water yet, even though I will be saving up for that as the game goes on. This is kind of a hard one to do a quick play because it has this RPG style to it. And you know, there's other games that did this. The probably most iconic one of games that changed up the formula on its sequel is Zelda 2 Adventure of Link, because that went basically like from what Zelda is known like to be to a game that's very similar to Simon's Quest, an action platformer with RPG elements, side-scrolling. So you get these enemies that are really weak at first, and then they drop occasionally hearts, which are your money. Let's see how much 2 hearts are worth. About three hearts for every one that drops, I guess. Each one that drops is a 3. And then you also have experience points. You get 1 experience point per kill. And then I don't know how much it takes to level up, but here's one of the things that's most iconic about this game is what a horrible night to have a curse. Pops up out of nowhere, and the game transitions into nighttime, which is really a really cool new feature too as well. It's kind of slow. Once again, it's almost a little ahead of its time too far, but it has a day and night cycle, and during the day and night cycles, different things will happen in places that you've been to before. So the enemies here are stronger. You can see they take more hits to kill, and I think they drop more currency and experience points as well. And if we were to go back into the town, which we're going to double check that right now, you'll see that the villagers have turned into ghouls, zombies, or whatever, monsters, so you can fight them. It doesn't have any effect on the villagers during the daytime though, So if you kill like a shopkeeper or something that you might maybe a shopkeeper turned into a monster, maybe. Or then you won't be dead in the daytime or anything like that. There's no real consequence for killing them. And I'm not even sure if it's actually the townspeople. Maybe they're inside somewhere. So the day and night cycle, I think, only happens when you're out in like the forests or the fields or the, you know, the cliffs or whatever you want to be, somewhere outside the towns. But yeah, another cool game. There's a bunch of games that did the sequel, change it up a lot. There was Mario 2, which technically it didn't because Mario 2 in Japan is the real Mario, and we got Mario USA, which is Mario 2, but that changed it up a lot from Super Mario Brothers. But another big one that people don't really mention too much, but it's a big series, is Kirby. The first Kirby was for the Game Boy, and you didn't have the copy ability in that one, so when they made Kirby's Adventure for the Nintendo NES, they added the copy ability, which is what Kirby's known for, and that like really changed up the way that Kirby games are. Pretty much every Kirby game after Kirby's Adventure on NES has the copy ability, or like a variation on it where it's even like you can like double the copy ability and combine abilities together in certain ones. Or you can like use the copy ability to summon a friend to help you out or something. But yeah, I don't want to do this part during the night because the monsters are too strong. So I'm gonna wait for it to be daytime before I jump across this bridge. So it's a lot of grinding. You just kill monsters to get experience and money. So it's not really the most exciting thing for a quick play, you know? But there's a lot to talk about this game. What are other games that change it up on their direct sequels or later in their series? I don't know, it's hard to think of some. I know Resident Evil made it more action-y on 4. The first ones were a little slower paced survival horrors. But that's not really that big of a change. What do you guys think? If you think of a game that has like a really big change to its gameplay style in the same series, let me know that in the comments. The morning sun has vanquished the horrible night, which transitions you back into daytime. I'm gonna take a quick check, see how much money we've got. We've got 74 hearts and 54 experience. I think you need 100 experience to level up to level 2. Or actually level 1. You start out at level 0 for whatever reason. So we're gonna head towards the town and buy that holy water item. And the weird thing about this is because you don't have like one life like most RPGs. You don't have a life and then you die. You have 3 lives like their first Castlevania. So it's kind of weird how it has the 3 life feature still too. So if I were to run out of health, which is now on the side, the left side, for some reason it kind of looks like Atari. There's no HUD, there's just your health bar there. If I was to run out of health or fall in a pit, then I would lose one of those 3 lives. And I believe there's definitely a password feature. Want to buy holy water, yes. This is a sub-weapon, but unlike the sub-weapons in the first Castlevania, they're just down here in a menu and you select them. You can use it whenever you want. You can kind of like... Well, I don't want to buy it again. But yeah, you can use it whenever you want. And the holy water is weird in this. I always thought it was weird how there's no animation for it exploding, it just falls through things. But you use it to find hidden false floors and false passages on the ground. It's kind of weird how they did the holy water in this game, but it does work. And it's kind of cool because you don't use money to use it, so you're not using your hearts again after you've bought it. You can use it as much as you want. Let's talk to this guy, and he will heal us at the church. We'll rest there for a little while, get our health back up. Now, I don't think resting at the church, even though it says rest here for a little while, I don't think that actually counts any game time. So, it doesn't really add up to the day-night cycle, I don't think. I think it's just a phrase. Let's continue on and just see if I can make it to level 1. I'm not going to do the thing I did on Castlevania 1 where I play till I get a game over, unless that does come up first. But I'm just going to play until either I level up or I get to something cool that I can show you. Because there's some cool stuff later in this game. And you know, this game gets a lot of, people don't like this one as much as the other ones. I don't like it as much as the other ones either, but I still like this game a lot. It's not perfect. It has some weird stuff later in the game that are confusing and like cryptic, but get past that, that'd be great. The music's great. The graphics are a little weird. Whoa, that was super close. The graphics are, I don't know, I feel like the graphics don't look as good as Castlevania 1, but at the same time I like the color palette they use in this game. So look at all those colors. There's like neon green trees, there's pink gooey water or something, I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know, it's weird. And then like everything's like neon looking, it looks great for this type of game, and it's dark. It's almost like the NES Batman game, how everything's black on the background, and then the colors are just like bright neon purples and reds and stuff. It's kind of like NES Batman in some streams, like this dark forest that we're in right now. It looks kind of like that style. There's no white. The only white you see is Simon's boots and arms, or whatever, boots and gloves, and then the skeletons, which is appropriate. Even those aren't full white, they're shaded. I don't know which way I want to go, up or down. I just don't want to kill these guys before it turns nighttime, because then they'll take 2 hits. Oh, see, I was just saying, it's going to turn nighttime. Horrible night to have a curse. Dracula's Curse, which is the next game in the series. Which is actually, I'll talk about it more on that video, but yeah, see, now the enemies take 2 hits to kill. Should be leveling up really quick, though. Let's double check. Oh no, we're not as close as I thought it was. We're 79 experience. Here is one of the houses, or castles, whatever you want to call them. You need the white crystal to see the platforms. I believe that's what it does. Let's see if I unselect it somehow, if I even can. Can I unselect it? I don't think I can, because I only have one. If you go here without the white crystal, I don't think you can see this floating platform. It's gonna be hard. If I can make it up there, that'd be great. What the heck? Come on! There we go. It's kind of tricky to get by. I don't know how to get him to move back further. Can I just hit him from here? I can just hit him from here. This is where you gotta be tricky, because there's gonna be false floors. And basically you go from house to house, town to town, there's more than one town. Destroying monsters, solving the house puzzles, or whatever they are, defeating bosses in them. It's a different way to do Castlevania than the original, but it's still a fun Castlevania adventure, and it still feels pretty much like Castlevania. So we got different paths we can choose. It's more open-ended than the original. The original was straightforward, linear. There could be a false floor, which would drop me down below. I'm not sure if this level has the false floors, because if you do, it won't crack or anything. You'll see the holy water fall right through it. There's a Satan right there. I just seen that. I don't know what. Oh, he got me. No, he really got me. Dang. Okay, so now we're on our second life. Hey, we made it to a checkpoint somehow. Either that or you just continue where you died. And then I just get hit, but it didn't do any damage. That was weird. That was really weird. I don't think holy water does damage. Maybe it freezes them. Let's check how far we are to leveling up. Okay, we're pretty close. This is kind of tricky platforming, because it's like you're just going right at the edge with your foot. Only 1 foot on the edge. Which is something I always loved about like these really precise platformer games. You can have 1 foot on the edge, stuff like that. Like you're just right on the edge and somehow you're standing. They do that in Mega Man. I guess I'll start with up, the highest platform first. Yeah, see, this is the one that I've played the least out of the 3, but I think Castlevania 3 is probably the hardest one. That one's just really hard. It's cool, because when we get to it, I'll show you. Oh, that was a level up sequence, which I think gives you full health. So if I wouldn't have gotten killed, that would have been really great. So, yeah, we got level up there. I think it makes you a little bit stronger, maybe? Maybe your attacks do more damage? It doesn't really define it very well. It doesn't, like, tell you, like, you know, like RPGs now will be like, oh, you got all these stat upgrades. This game, no. I mean, it will tell you if you get your health up, but yeah. See that? That block right there, the upper block, you can throw right through it because it's a false block. So what you want to do is jump like that. Otherwise, you wouldn't have made the jump all the way. If you had jumped and thought the block was there, you would have just fallen right through it. It only takes one false block for you to mess things up. Now we can cross over to the next room. There's a masked or a hooded man there, and he will give you a hint, I think? I think they give you a little hint, but we're probably not going to do that right now. We're just going to try to make it to a boss fight because... Oh, what the... I didn't know they did that, actually. The skulls, or the bones that they throw, they, like, leave a fire on the ground. If I can make it to the boss, that'd be great, but... Let's see. Little laggy. And this is on the actual NES card, by the way, once again. So it's not like any other kind of lag is there, as far as I can tell. It's just the way the game is. When you go up, that's where you meet that robed man, who will give you a hint. But if we continue on carefully enough, I'm not sure where the holes are on this one. Like I said, once again, I'm not too familiar with this game. But of course I've played it, so let's see if I can figure this out. Oh, there's an item! A flame flickers inside the ring of fire. Ooh. So anyways, that's what we got. Maybe that's the guy... Well, what does the mask, the robe guy do then? Because I thought he was the one that gave you that hint. Maybe I got it mixed up because they're pretty close to each other in the game. Right here. This guy. No, wait, no. I'm really being cautious. I think there's some pitfalls here. I don't want to mess this up. If I mess this up, it's okay. No, see, there's a hole. That's a hole. Is that the only hole? Okay, yeah, I knew there was a hole somewhere around there. False floor. Here's the boss. Or maybe it's not a boss. Do I not have the item to beat this guy? Let's see. Don't you need, like, a weapon to, like, destroy this? Like a stake or something? Maybe that's what you get from the road man. I have to go back to him? I don't know why I don't remember this being like this. Do I holy water it? No. See, this is one of the reasons this game, people don't like this one as much. It's not as straightforward, and it has RPG elements. But it's also kind of cryptic, a little unusual. Like, what the heck do I do with this? I can't just pick it up. I can't destroy it. What do I do with it? I think you need either a ring, a fire ring, or a stake. And there's different things you gotta do. And the whole idea of the game is you're destroying Dracula's body parts that have been separated around the world. Let's see if I can get past that false floor. Where is the false floor? Okay, it's at this post. See that post in the middle? It's like right there. So if I can remember it's at the second post, then I can do it. I'm just gonna check what this rogue guy says, and it has to say, and then I'll be done. Can you break through that? Okay. Just check what this guy says. Maybe he'll give me an item. He probably won't. I don't know where to get the other item. Maybe you get it in a different town that's on a different path. I've done it before. I've done the first 3 houses on my best run, so we'll see. Invest in an oak stake. Gather a stake. Okay, cool. I gotta buy that. It might be a one-time use, so I'm unselecting it for now. And then I'm going to select it and attack with it when I get to the boss. Or the boss. It's like not really a boss, it's like a room. It's like an ending room, I guess you could call it that. This is the wrong path, isn't it? You have to go down more steps. It's been a while since I played this game too. This game is old. I mostly played this around the time I first got it. I can't remember this is where it's taking. Oh, I thought I was gonna mess it up because of the lag. Because these skeletons are here, it's making the game lag a bit. Let's see, how much money do I have? 82. And you can see now that these enemies, and I'm level 1, these enemies are weak, they're not given the experience points. So we jump up here, stand right there, select the stake, and destroy the room. And we pick up part of Dracula's remains, or his rib. It's kind of gross, it's kind of gory, but it's super cool. Is there a way to teleport out of this, or do you have to walk out of this dungeon? I don't remember. And you can see, yeah, that steak that I bought, I would have had to buy it again if I messed up. I'm pretty sure. I think the rib you can use as a shield. Yeah, a shield. So once that's equipped, I have a shield now. Which is pretty cool to have a shield in Castlevania. So I've got that. And that's pretty much all I want to do for this video. I'm not even gonna like play until I die or anything. Let's just see what happens when I fall down here. So that's what would happen if you were to mess things up. Well, that was it for Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest on Hybrid Games' GameTober. We're checking out all the Castlevania games in a quick play. And yeah, this one's really fun. I like this one a lot, but it's still my least favorite out of these NES ones. For reasons why I explained throughout the video. But it's still a fun game. I highly recommend checking out the Castlevania series, and if you do, check out this game as well, just to see what it's like for yourself. Alright everybody, thanks for watching Hybrid Games' GameTober. Please be sure to share this with your friends, comment, like, subscribe, and remember, we're doing the rest of the Castlevania games, continuing on with Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse for the Nintendo NES soon. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Bye!